Welcome, listeners, to Crossing Borders, a podcast not about immigration, believe it or not. I'm your host, Sid, also known as Squidney, and this is my co host, Josh, also known as Mythic. Grab your passports and join us for episode number 3, where we will be talking about fires and floods and other crazy weather disaster things. But first, let's catch up with each other's week. So, Josh, what's happened to you recently?
I do have a story, but it's not technically from this past week. It's from actually around 3 years ago, almost 4. Since this is recorded in 2023, so yeah, technically 4 years. Which I was on a sort of vacation, but it was with friends and stuff. To Malaysia actually, where I met a lot of people from a lot of countries. I remember meeting some Turkish people, some Malaysians, some Singaporeans, some Vietnamese, some Thailand people, and then people from Japan especially. And yeah, mostly Asian countries, which was a lot of fun. And I met a lot of Korean as well. But let's just say I have just a speck of disappointment and also culture shock when I met the Koreans, because here's what happened. I got a bunk bed with 5 other people, so there's 6 of us in one small room. I'd say the room is what? I don't know, if you were to do a T-pose, it will be 4 to 5 people T-posing, and then in terms of length, and 3 people T-posing in terms of width. So it's not very big. But there's 6 of us in there. There's one Vietnamese, one Singaporean, one Malaysian. One Vietnamese, one Malaysian, and then me, an Indonesian, and the other 3 are all Koreans. Which was 2 Koreans and 1 Thailand. That's my gosh, my brain. And a lot of them are kind. But I discovered something unpleasant, which is that one of the Koreans is one of the party boys. You see, I'm not one to do parties. I'm one to just stay at home and relax and
sleep.
Play games and sleep. And this man did not care. He was partying that night. We did a lot of activities during the day, and then when it turns night, just our supervisor was like, "Okay, you kids go to sleep," and he also went to sleep. And this man pulled up a disco ball. I'm not joking. He pulled out a disco ball out of his bag and invited 5 more people. Remember, this is a small room with 6 people already in it. But he invited 5 more people from other rooms, which are his friends and are also Korean, to party in my room while I was trying to sleep. That was insane. I was like, "Oh no, it's midnight, bros. Come on, why can't we sleep?
I just want to rest, please."
It's literally a disco ball, and with the song. I won't sing a song because copyright. But also, blasted the song, disco ball, and basically 6 people dancing on the room. The other Korean was also tired, so he probably went to sleep. I can't remember exactly, but this Korean guy and 5 other people who came from another room just started going ham in our room. It was insane. Shirts start flying, someone just whipping their shirt above their head. It was bizarre.
That's wild.
And then the next morning, I thought if they stayed up late and danced and stuff, they'll be tired the next morning, right?
Yeah.
They'll be gone, exhausted. But no, the 5 other people already went back when I woke up. I tried really hard to sleep, but it was tough. But I had to cover my ears. It was tough.
That sounds awful.
This man, this Korean guy, already woke up ahead of all of us who went and tried to sleep early, and he partied. He came back after doing a marathon, a morning jog, I guess I should say, drenched in sweat, and immediately jumped onto his bed while sweating.
Oh,
shirtless, by the way.
Gross.
It interesting.
It was shiny.
And one thing I found, I don't know. I guess it's the different culture, right? And in my culture, at least, we respect each other's quarters. Like if that's your bed, I won't go near it. This is my area. This is your territory. We don't just use other people's beds, right? He was actually supposed to sleep on the top bed, and the bottom bed guy was taking a bath at the time, right? When he came back from, his morning jog, and he just jumped into that bottom bed, drenched in sweat. And I was like, ooh, I'm not quite sure the other guy will like that, but I'll stay out of it.
I just won't tell him.
Well, I think I think that's it. Yeah, that's my story. Which, that happened a while back. But yeah, that thing just popped up into my mind. What about you? Any interesting happenings?
Well, nothing,
crazy stuff
nothing
happened?
like that. Nothing like that at all.
Clearly.
Sunday, this week,
Mm-hmm.
I was going to church with my family. And I moved back recently, so it's only been like twice since I've gone back to church with them since I got back. And the church choir was practicing a song, and the choir director, who I know, he's my friend. He's like, oh, Sid, oh my goodness, thank goodness you're here. Can you come help? And I'm like, sure. And so he was like, okay, go with the basses. And so I went up with the bass line and grabbed the music from the guy sitting next to me. I'll call him Jim. He's like, here, you can use my music. I'll just read off the guy next to me, And I'm like, okay. And I look at the music. I'm like, I have no idea where we are. So I look at the guy to my right, opposite side of Jim, and I'm looking at it, and I look back, and I'm like, looking back and forth. I'm like, Jim,
which part am I singing?
I'm like, Jim, you're on the wrong song. I didn't say that, but he was on the wrong song, and I'm like, God, yeah,
oh no,
the choir needs me.
Oh no.
And then I sang that song once, and then we performed. So that was awesome.
Instantly. You only practiced
not like right
once?
after. We went down into the seats, and then we like opened the meeting and did a bunch of stuff, and then we sang 2 different songs. The first one I had not sang with the choir. It's just like a common Christmas song. I don't remember which one it was, like Holy Night or something like that. Something like that. I really don't know what the second one was, but that was the one I sang like the last half of, and we did pretty good. So that's
wonderful.
Happy ending.
How was he on the wrong page or wrong song? What happened?
I don't know, but it was so funny. I just look at him like,
this does not match.
This is not formatted the same as the one he's on.
It's a different song. It's a whole different song. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's amazing.
It's this thing we broke about in choir class, but it never actually happened.
It's
perfect.
Okay. All right. I think we should just jump straight into the episode, shouldn't we?
Of course.
Today's topic is fires to floods, which is basically talking about climate change and stuff happening around the world. Well, what has happened recently? Is there any fire or forest fire or floods that happened recently? To you, at least?
No. I don't know about any recent natural disasters as of late. There was some floods in Pakistan, June to October, but that's pretty old news.
Okay. In terms of me, then, there was a flood recently, actually, like pretty recent. I think it was last week. There was this, like a couple weeks ago, there was like this huge earthquake that, crash landed, basically caused havoc. And recently we had a lot of floods, especially in a place called Semarang, which is around, like, in my country, Indonesian, you can see like there's on the bottom island, it's called the Java Island, and the center part of Java has a big city called Semarang, and that city just was landed with a flood, and it was such havoc. The flood was pretty high as well. If I can find the news here real quick, I think it was. Let me check. Half a car is synced. So, you can imagine like your average car, half of it is just underwater. Just like that. So it's pretty deep in terms of flood. Yeah, and the bad case in terms of Indonesia at least, floods are so common here because we have such bad drainage system. People throw trash very often, just littering on the road. I even, when I was riding my motorbike a while back, the guy in front of me who was also riding a motorbike had another guy who was like riding with him, and he just was drinking something and just threw it away just like that. I saw it live, so it's pretty common here, which is pretty common, and it's not a good habit, but people just litter. It's really not good. So if you I don't know what is the sewage system like in America? Is it like an open sewage system, or is it like more closed, like canal or something?
We have good sewage systems. They're all underground, buried. My house has like its own septic tank though, because we're a country home. So
okay. For me, it was so the our country follows before we got our independence, which will be another topic, by the way. We had a different sewage system. We followed the Dutch the Dutch system of sewage system, which was pretty good, to be honest. We had less floods there then before compared to now, which after our government took over, but also because maybe at the time it was stricter than now. People just throw the trash, and there's not really a penalty. Like I know in Singapore, if you litter, you can get fined very easy, right? Here there's not really a finding system about littering. Like, well, obviously, if you litter in front of the police guy, then he's probably gonna do something to you. But even I've seen police litter, so it's like there's not really a rule about that here, which was it's very unfortunate because we're technically destroying our own resources, our own natural beauty, right? And there's a lot of, since poverty is quite a thing here, it's a very big thing in our country. A lot of people live along the river, and by river I mean that's our sewage system. So we have an open sewage system, like in terms of like system. You have America's stuff underground. It's closed off. There's no smells and all that. Our fancy parts of the city, we do have the closed system, but most of the time it's just open. It's just, you can literally on the side of the road, you can see there's water flowing and stuff floating or not floating, and it's black or brown just flowing by, that kind of stuff. So you can smell it if you're close to it.
Chocolate milk.
Yep. And those small sewage systems go to the river, and the river here we call them Kali, or Kali, Kali.
Kali.
And there's a lot of them, and most of them, of course, lead to the ocean. But most of the Kali here are our rivers. I guess if you call it in English, it's rivers. Are mostly chocolate, blacky green, which is unpleasant to look at, and also very smelly. And also, there was like an act or like an effort to try and like clean the water of these rivers, and it didn't last very long because people just kept throwing stuff in it. And
we don't care.
I am very fortunate to get access to clean water, but most people who are poverty and live on those edge of the river lines, which are technically illegal, by the way, but people keep doing it, and they don't seem to get apprehended or stuff about it, so they just keep doing it. And these people who live on the edge of the river have their toilet water and stuff go directly into the river. There's no septic tanks, there's no water purification, blah, 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 systems in place for houses like this, which is very, very unfortunate. And especially if you're thinking that these people who live on this side of the rivers, there's like these big rivers, the medium rivers, and then the small ones that are on the side of the road usually. And people who live on the big rivers usually fish or eat some fish from the big river. And, I'm not quite sure what those fish eat, but, well, you can probably imagine. And then...
not that I would want to imagine, of course.
on the medium-sized rivers, most of these, like the kids at least, take a bath there. Right there on the river. While a doo-doo passed by, they take a bath right there.
They're like, good thing that I missed. Anyways.
And also they wash their clothes there, which also adds a flow of detergent and more chemical waste onto the ocean.
Oh, yeah. Chemicals are not good for wildlife at all.
Yep, that is clearly why it's either pitch black or chocolate-y greenish thing. And what's very common to see here, especially in Jakarta where I live, you can see a lot of plastic bags and just trash floating on the river, or basically just blocking the river most of the time, which is why we have floods. Because if it rains, we're now technically on the monsoon.
Because there's so much trash.
The water can get by, and also, when you put, if you have a full glass of water and you put stuff in, the water leaks, the water overflows.
Yeah, displaces.
Yeah, so it reduces it reduces the capacity of the river, also, which is why at least near my house, there's a medium-sized river, which is pretty much cleared of trash. It's still grayish chocolate colored, but it's clearer than most of the medium rivers I've seen, and it can contain a lot of water, but 3-4 years ago, there was this big rain. Like it rained nonstop, I think, for 2 or 3 days, and the river overflowed, and let's just say there was a flood.
Fun.
Luckily, my house was like it was built just a little bit high up than the normal ground, so we didn't get any water in, but more unfortunate people who live on lower areas, got their house either literally sunk like to the roof, or to the window, some to the to the knee, to the ankles, which is not good for electronics, if you imagine. One of my
it's also really bad.
One
of
my siblings
structure.
True,
for the wood,
very true. But after the water subsided, most people won't have repair costs to repair the damage, right?
Yeah.
Which probably means they'll just, either clean it and just leave it be, There's not much effort or anything they can do to repair the damage. Which is unfortunate, but then again, you see them throw the trash or litter every day, which is pretty ironic in a way.
Yeah, kind of ironic if you think about it. Yeah, so the funny thing where I live, when you in my state, Idaho, I just Googled it. Apparently, you can get fined up to $1,000 for littering. And we talked in 2 episodes ago about how much money that is for you, like 1,000 USD to IDR.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
15 million rupiah.
15 million. Oh yeah.
You can also serve up to 12 months imprisonment for dumping trash and debris on public land.
Yeah.
So our rivers are quite clean. We do get flood, not where I live, but in my state, a lot of places get floods from snow melt because it snows a lot in the mountains, and then the snow in the mountains melts and then floods and causes landslides and stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The big issue for Idaho is fires during the summer, because Idaho has a lot of national park areas where You can't like do much except visit and go like, ah, nature, beautiful. Oh my goodness, look at there's a deer. Wow, that's cool, I guess. Uh,
Wowie.
or like
Yeah.
camps, and a lot of people are irresponsible with their fires, uh, and don't like put them out all the way, or maybe they're smoking a cigarette and throw it out the window, and it causes a fire to start. And so during the
Mm-hmm.
summer, there are often like 3 to 6 forest fires going on somewhere in the state.
Ah, okay, I see.
And
I
since
see.
I live in a
So
valley, all the
summer's
smoke,
dangerous, basically.
yeah,
Summer's dangerous. Raining is
there,
dangerous. Summer's dangerous. Amazing.
yeah. So sometimes when I travel, there's just miles of like charred forest trees, nothing but like
Oh
it's like
no,
sticks of just black charcoal trees sticking out of the ground. Um,
that's not good.
yeah, it's not good. And then since I live in a valley, the smoke will settle in the valley because the mountains keep it from blowing away. And so
Oh,
for like a month or two,
that's
it's
not
just
good.
smoke outside. It's not like super thick, but sometimes you can like
Are you
obviously
like
see it.
under the valley or are you on the top?
I'm like in the valley, so uh
Oh, so you get your dose of smoke then.
yep, I get the smoke. And then like
That's
during
not
those
good.
months, like normally the air quality is pretty good because there's not tons of industry here, and I live in a more country area, so there's less cars and stuff. But then during
I
the
see.
summer
I
months, when
see.
there's the smoke, the air quality just plummets like all the way down into like very hazardous. You should probably be very
That's
careful.
not good. That's not good for your nope, not good for your health at all.
Yeah.
You might
Uh,
risk dying. To be honest.
yeah. It's fun. Uh,
Okay. I've looked it up. Apparently, we
yeah.
do have a law against littering. I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure if
It's just
this
one of those
gets
laws that nobody really
enforced.
enforces.
Yeah, like here on Perda, which is like the peraturan daerah in Indonesian, which means rules for like a certain area.
Hmm.
Number 12, 2010, about trash management. It
Yeah.
says here that you will get if you are seen or like caught throwing trash into the river, you will get either 3 months in prison or 50 million rupiah, which is around 3,200 USD,
Oh. So it's even
which is a
worse.
lot.
Higher fine.
Yeah. But I'm not. Is there? I don't think there's any convicted cases here, and at least on the news article I'm looking at right
Hmm.
now, which
That is
is
strange.
all right. That's worrying, very worrying. And I've seen also another area
Uh-huh.
in Central Java, which is also having a 5 day flood. Um, Literally today, actually, 3rd of January, 2023. They are, yeah, the flood has not, the water isn't, what's it called? Going down? What's it?
Receding.
English. Yeah, the water is not receding yet. It's still at least from the image here on knee level, which is not good. That's
Oh,
a lot of
that's pretty
water,
high.
and it's been on for 5 days, destroying a lot of shops, especially the place for the head of the. So it's like governor, but for that area alone.
Yeah.
And then 287 houses were damaged. It started as 1.3 meters of flood, which is around, I think, chest height, I believe.
Yeah, that
Or
sounds
no,
about
it's
right.
not chest, right? It's around waist, I think. 1.3 meters.
Hmm.
And around 1,014 people were, affected by it, which is
That's
not
not
good.
good.
Really not
That is
good.
not good. Yeah.
And it affected 13 villages, and
Ooh.
there are 396 people who died
Wow,
because of this. A lot of people.
that's a lot of people.
Yeah, and this is literally today. This news I'm reading right now is
Yeah.
2 hours ago from this when we're recording. So this is literally just now.
Uh-huh.
Holy,
Wow.
that is insane. Yes, and then some train tracks for public transport is also underwater. The train couldn't move.
Ooh.
Some people were stuck
Yikes.
on the train, actually, according to this image I'm looking at right now. Oh no, that's not good at all. Yeah, so
Oh,
floods
that would be awful.
are pretty often where I live, and actually
Yeah.
one of my siblings' acquaintances,
Uh-huh.
I think his parents died. I forgot a few years ago. It's been a long time, but I believe one of his parents died because he was electrocuted underwater
Ooh.
while trying to move all the valuable electronics away from the water, which is
Oh,
not good.
that's awful.
And then our electricity provider, which is PLN,
Mhm.
I believe they were asking people to immediately turn off electricity if it's still not turned off, because they have like a central shut off, but sometimes
Yeah.
someone may have like a personal generator, and according to this news here, this was yesterday, 3 people died on the Semarang area that I told you earlier.
Ooh. That is really
Yep.
unfortunate. Electricity and
Not
water
good at
do not
all.
mix. No.
They do not mix, especially if the water has a lot of stuff that may transfer electricity. Yep. Because I know
Yeah.
distilled water does not, transfer electricity. It's just the water that has these minerals on it.
Yeah. Normal
Not
water
good. Not good at all.
does, but if it has like mineral deposits, I'm pretty sure it's much more conductive. Yeah.
In terms of fires, then we do have forest fires, I believe,
Yeah.
on Borneo or Kalimantan, Indonesian,
Mhm.
which is one of our biggest islands in our country. We had a forest fire there a while back, I believe. Let me check the news. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Okay, here we go. So according to our BNPB, which is our like organization, national organization to handle these kind of disasters.
Yeah.
There was last year on so 8th, 5th. What's the 5th month? January, February, March, April, May.
May.
8th May last year, there was a forest fire in. Wait, what year is it? Yeah, okay. Last year on 8th May, there was a big forest fire in Kalimantan, or central Kalimantan, which is central Borneo. A big forest fire that ate. Let's see how much. How much was it? Oh yeah, it happened during our summer as well. So the summers are dangerous. They are very
Yeah.
dangerous.
Summer's when all the
So apparently
actually.
some irrigation systems were damaged. Some what is it called? Dam. I think it's dam. A dam construction was halted because of this as well, and
Oh no.
some people were asked to avoid the forest if possible, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's about it. And yeah, in terms of our summers, don't really, it's hot, but it's not as hot
Yeah.
as some of the other countries I've seen, which have higher temperatures. But our problem here in terms of forest fire is usually human caused, which is unfortunate because a lot of our citizen live off of rice, right? And rice is a farming. It needs to be farmed, and
Yeah.
farmland takes up space. And these forests, you can get a permit from government, sign that permit, get the permit accepted, and then hire legal workers to do the job. But that's expensive, right? So
Yeah,
these
money.
people, they just burn the forest down to quickly clear area to
Yeah.
make these farm, which is not good, not good at all.
That's not safe.
And also, yes, so some of our animals as well have been considered endangered,
Oh yeah.
especially through the recent years because of these forest fires, because they have lost their habitat, lost their place to live, basically,
Yeah.
because of humans.
Yeah. We have a bunch of endangered species in our environment too, like uh, wolves. I think are endangered um, because of hunting them because they eat sheep and stuff. Bald eagles,
Yeah, that
which are
makes
the
sense.
national bird of America. God bless
Hey, what
America.
happened to them? Was it hunted
Uh,
as well?
I think they were hunted as well. A lot of things are hunted. Peregrine falcons, which are I think the fastest bird in the world, if I'm not wrong, are also endangered. Uh, Sage grouse, North American wolverine. I'm looking at a list. This isn't coming off my head, but monarch butterfly. What?
Okay.
Oh, rip. Um,
There is, I believe, we have also some animals who have, be gone as well.
yeah,
There is, the Komodo, right?
the Komodo dragon,
Yeah, we
big
have a
chunky
place
boy.
here called the. We have here a place, an island, literally named the Komodo Island or Komodo
Yeah,
Dragon Island. I forgot
is
exactly.
that where all the
Which
dragons
is
are from?
it's a tourist location.
Yeah,
It was a natural habitat, but made into a tourist location.
yeah,
There's a lot of Komodo there, but there's a lot of these other species of Komodos, right?
yeah.
The one of the species of Komodo is now very rare, especially the one on this island. That's why it's now a national park. You can visit it,
Oh,
but you probably will see them quite rarely because
yeah.
there's just been a drop in their
If you see one at all
numbers.
to begin with,
And
I have
then
seen a
we do
Komodo
have
dragon.
the. I'm sorry.
I have seen a Komodo dragon in the flesh.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Even I have not seen one. Amazing.
I don't even live in Indonesia.
Yeah, probably the dragon was picked up by someone to bring to their
Yeah, it
country
was
or
in
something. Who
the
knows?
zoo. So
Of course, the zoo,
the zoo.
the cage for animals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of let's see, we used to have a tiger in Java, but
Ooh,
that's extinct,
cool.
hunted to death.
Not cool.
We had not cool at all. We had we have a bird here in Papua or in what's it called? It's near New Guinea, Papua New Guinea, but it's
Oh yeah.
our country's Papua. We have
Yeah, that half of the
a
island.
bird. Yeah, we have a bird called Chandrawasi, which is a very beautiful bird, by the way. It's a medium-sized bird with a very beautiful feathers and very colorful.
Ooh.
But they're now endangered because people just like to
Poach them.
kill them and
Yeah.
make them into beautiful decorations, one might say. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of the tigers were used for bags and rugs, I guess.
Fancy coats
A lot has died,
for the ladies.
and especially the orangutan ones. I'm not quite sure what they're used for in terms of like black market selling or just for a pet, like illegal pet. But their numbers have dropped so far. Like they used to rule Borneo, but now they're just like the leftovers of what? Yeah, they're quite rare. And also protected by the government. But sometimes I'm so confused. What does it mean when it's protected by the government? I mean, I know it's illegal to hunt them. It's illegal to,
I think it's just
destroy their
extra
habitat.
illegal is the thing.
Yeah,
Like you'll
but
get in more trouble.
the numbers still go down. I don't understand. Which part do you mean by protected?
That's a good question. What do they
And
do?
yeah, I mean, I know they make national parks, and okay,
Yeah.
it's illegal for you to bring any weapons or stuff here in this national park, but
Yeah.
the numbers still go down. What's up with that? Are you actually protecting them? What's happening?
Yeah. Poaching is fun.
And the no, it's not. Excuse
Sarcasm.
me.
That was sarcasm.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Poaching
a lot
actually is
yeah.
acting as a agent in it's causing elephants in Africa to evolve to no longer have tusks because the poachers will hunt the elephants that have tusks, so they won't be able
I
to have
heard about
kids.
that. I heard about that as well. Oh my gosh, I know about that. That's amazing.
Science.
Yeah, they did evolve. Survival of the fittest, as
Yeah.
Darwin once said. And yeah, they did evolve without tusks because it's safer for them to without grow without tusks. And also, we have a bribing problem here where I live.
Oh yeah.
Like a huge bribing problem because it was also because one of the traits we inherited as we went independent, which we can discuss on another topic later on.
Independence Day.
So one of our colonizers brought into our country the tradition of corruption, you see, and bribing, which
Classic
means
European tradition.
which means the people who want to do good, they push the government to do good, and the government does good, and these people, this small group of people, by the way, or big, I'm not quite sure, because they're always under wraps, but these groups of people came to the government and like, can I hunt that animal? And like, government is like, no. Well, how about I'll put this money on your table. How about, can I hunt that animal now? It's like, yeah, definitely. Go ahead, It's like,
well, I'm not going to say
so
no,
annoying.
but,
we can work a negotiation here, you see? Like hustle money. Oh, no.
just make sure I don't catch you doing it, then you'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll just put my I'll just station my guards away from the area we're pointing right here.
Yeah.
Just put them right there, and I'm sure you'll be fine. And he gives him the thumbs up. It's not a good look, not good at all. But we have like an organization here that specifically hunts these kinds of people, right? Because it was so bad, and they caught a lot of these people who does corruption. But anyway, that's not the topic of today. We can discuss that later. Yeah, that's floods and fires. There is another flood, which happened last year, I believe. If I can find the news, hold on. Here we go. Someone has made a full list of 2012 until 2019 flood. There was 5 province, or like 5 big. It's like states, but states have their own government. Province, we don't.
Yeah.
It's just
I know what a province is.
Okay, good, nice.
Yeah,
5
goodness.
province. 5 province that has the most floods during the 2012 and 2019 period is number 1, East Java, and then second one, Central Java. Third one, West Java. So basically all Java here so far. And then the fourth is Aceh, which is the most north part of Sumatra, one of the most left islands in Indonesia. And then number 5 is Sumatra Selatan, which is basically just south of Sumatra. It's just translation, And 33 provinces have been hit with a flood, and we have 34 provinces. So one province survived, but 33 provinces got hit by flood during that period.
That's widespread.
I know. So on 2012, there is 581 cases of flood in our country.
Yeah.
500, by the way, this is a lot. 581, it's almost 600. 134 lives were lost. And then the next year, 2013, we had 710 cases of flood. It went up.
Ooh.
Not good.
Wow.
With 232 lives lost that year. And then 2014, 588 cases of flood, and blah, blah, blah. It went down for a bit, and then it went up again in 2017 with 973 cases of flood. with 162 lives lost. And then it went down again until 2019, but I think it's going to, on the chart, it's going to go up in 2022 and 2023. But I'm not hoping for that, but it's probably true. There's a lot of public facility that was broken across the 2012 and 2019 period. 4,127 schools were damaged.
Whoa,
382 medical facilities were damaged. And then 22,441 houses were heavily damaged.
Dang.
And a worth of 8,920 kilometers of roads are damaged as well. That's insane. That's actually insane.
That's
a total
impressive.
Of 1,385 people died and 3,715 people who were injured.
That's
not good at all.
No.
That's a lot of people. With a total of 5,252 floods across that years.
Dang. Okay, let's see.
Insane.
Fires in Idaho. Now, this is just Idaho. It's one of 50 states in the U.S. Let's see.
50. Amazing.
2010, we had 92 fires, forest fires.
Woo! That's a lot.
Total acres burned. An acre is a little over 4,000 square meters.
Okay.
135,000. So if we do acres,
that's a lot of land lost. By the way,
kilometers. That's about 550 square kilometers of land
huge,
burned by,
mate.
Yeah, just completely
that's huge.
Burned by human caused fires. And then
that's
if we look
not good at all.
Lightning caused fires, that's another 52 and another 20,000.
Right, lightning.
There's a total number right here.
Lightning! I've seen lightning struck a tree.
Really?
That's about it.
That's fancy. I've seen it, yeah. Distance, that's about it.
I've seen one strike a tree.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see.
It was insane.
Yeah, 2010.
I can't remember if the tree was burned or not, but I remember vividly seeing a lightning struck a tree. Or maybe that's just my mind playing trick on me. Who knows?
I mean, that would be a cool story, though.
Yeah, will be cool, to be honest.
Let's see. 2019, total acres burned by wildland fires. This is lightning caused and human caused. 138,585 acres, with a total of 87 different wildland fires.
Whoa!
Yeah,
that's insane. Yep. I get floods, you get fires.
Yeah. We also get very cold here. So when I
does cold affect any, climate change stuff?
Well, when climate change, everyone talks about like global warming. The ice caps melting, sea levels rising. Global warming also makes cold temperatures more extreme. It just makes weather more extreme in general. Generally, although there is a lot of warming going on too. But we haven't had super crazy snowstorms recently. The last one I think it was in 2019. We call it the snowpocalypse. It snowed like, I don't remember, 2019. Okay,
that sounds scary.
Apocalypse. See, it's popping up in search results. Idaho, amount of snow. I was younger, so I. Snowmageddon, 2017.
Snowmageddon. That's not good at all, mate.
I know. Inches to meters. Almost a meter of snow.
That's a lot of snow.
It's a lot of snow.
That's big boy snow.
Yeah, we were.
Imagine all that snow melting. Woo. You're gonna have a flood right there.
But yeah, it gets really cold sometimes. For example, when I mentioned this earlier, but I moved back here recently from college, and at college, it gets pretty cold, but it didn't really get cold until after I left, when it hit negative 12
Okay.
Fahrenheit, I think.
Negative 12 Fahrenheit. What's that in Celsius?
Negative 24.
Oh, that's cold, mate. Ow. Owie.
But with wind chill, you know what wind chill is, right? Is that a
No.
thing in Indonesia?
Nope.
Okay, wind chill is
What
like
do
a
you mean wind
calculation
chill?
of how cold it feels based on how fast the wind is moving. With wind chill
Oh,
accounted
we
for.
don't really care about that, you see.
Well, yeah, but here the
Yeah, okay.
it drops significantly. With the wind chill, it was about negative 38 degrees Fahrenheit,
Gosh,
which is about negative
no,
39 degrees Celsius.
no, no, please, forgive me.
Yeah, we get cold here.
Well, minus 39, mate. That's cold.
Yeah. Let's see. Coldest temperature in Idaho, not accounting for wind chill, negative 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Negative 60?
On record. Oh, yeah.
That's real cold. I mean, I know you've said my country's toasty, but that's real cold. Oh, no.
We also
Yeah,
have the
okay.
hottest temperature in my country ever recorded on
Oh,
Earth, I think.
oh. How hot is it?
Death Valley National Park. Hottest temperature ever recorded naturally. 134 degrees Fahrenheit or 46 degrees Celsius in Death Valley National Park, California.
That's just 6 degrees above what we usually feel, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's like hot enough that you need to seek shelter, otherwise you will literally start like
You will
dehydrating.
literally,
and die.
yeah, because when it's summer and it's very hot, I mean, we basically have eternal summer here, but you know, when it's actually summer, when it gets really hot, you do feel the sting on your skin when you go outside, which actually is insane. It's actually like, it's burning, you know. And you sit on that leathery seat of your motorbike, and like, it's like sitting on a hot pan. Ooh, whatever.
You see, where I live,
you know?
Our car seats, a lot of cars have heated seats that you turn on, and it slowly heats up, and you're like, finally, warm.
You're like, please, cold AC max, thank you.
We also have the AC during the summer. Although some crazy people turn AC on during the winter. Like my friend was driving me somewhere, and he had the AC on.
AC on during the winter? Is he insane?
Yeah, when it was freezing outside, and he's just like in a t-shirt. And I'm like, I'm so cold, and I was born in a colder place. Ooh.
Okay. If we're talking climate change here, which we are, it's a topic, obviously.
Yeah, climate and climate change.
You know, a lot of our coral reefs are dying because of climate change.
Yeah.
Since water temperatures are rising as well, right? That means
also pollution
we
in
have
the
a
ocean
place.
kills them.
Yeah, but one of our like more untouched in terms of littering is a place called Raja Ampat, which if we translate it to English is the King Ampat, I think, because Raja is king, and that place in Papua, you can look it up. I can type on Discord, and it's a really beautiful place, and it is a tourist destination for snorkeling and also diving because it has such biodiversity in the oceans, and a lot of coral reefs are actually dying there because of the water temperatures rising, and which means if the coral reefs are dying, then the fishes living there are also dying. So, you know, it's not good for, you know, in terms of underwater tourism, but also not good for biodiversity and species.
Not. And nobody wants to see those gray dead coral. It's so sad. All the bleached coral.
Yeah, definitely.
Colorful colors.
Yeah,
it's supposed to look like a child ate a bunch of like crayons and then puked on a piece of paper. That's what it's supposed to look like in a coral reef, except with fish.
Yeah, but that's not what happened. Okay, so if we're seeing Jakarta's coral reefs, right? It's all dead corals, by the way, in Jakarta, because if we go to a place called Ancol, They have a beach there, which is now mostly man-made beach because the original beach is just it's vile. Let's not talk about that. Anyway, Jakarta is actually I've just looked it up here. It has been sinking, right, from year to year, from just all the tall buildings built on it, the heavy stuff, and also erosion, abrasion, I live here, so I'm worried. And we are sinking every single year. Let's see. Now we're on 1 meter plus under the surface of the ocean, which might explain why we keep having floods. But also we sink down 20% of the last year every single year.
Oh wow, that's a lot of sinking.
Which is insane. Yeah. So if I look at the image here that the newspaper is showing, or news outlet is showing, we have these like huge walls on the ocean side just to block the water not going in because the city is sinking.
Oh wow.
Just like blocking the water out.
Well, that's fun.
That's not good. Not good at all. But I think though, we must have to end that episode right there, everybody. That has been an interesting topic to discuss on. But yeah, make sure to check out our other episodes if you're new here. You can, I believe this is one of the 4 episodes that we've released right at once, so you can just binge all the 4 episodes that we have released. Thank you so much. Thank you, listeners, for dropping by to listen to Crossing Borders. This has been Josh and Sid. Don't forget to grab your passports on your way out, and we hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.